All right.
So your paper might look slightly different than this. Somehow my screen is cut off the top part of it. I can't scroll up any further. It's disappeared, but it should say 5.3 quadratic formula, something like that. 5.3 something, yeah, something. So, if you are trying to solve a quadratic formula, the first thing I would try to do is to see if it factors. Because factoring is going to be the fastest way to do it. But what happens if we can't factor it? Because not every parabola, if this is my graph, not every parabola crosses at a nice, pretty intercept. Sometimes the parabola crosses halfway through, sometimes it crosses at a square root. Now these square root intercepts, like this one, that root is factored. So if I want to try to find the intercept of the graph, and I can't simply factor it, and the next question is, what do? You skip it. No, you don't. You keep going. So, what happens if we can't factor an equation? How do we solve it? We have to use the quadratic formula. Great. So if I can't factor, I'm going to use something called the quadratic formula. I promise it looks uglier than it actually is. With the quadratic formula, first of all, before we can do that, we need to make sure that the equation is in standard form. Meaning, I need to have an ax squared. So if it's in standard form, that means all of my numbers and variables are on one side, and the 0 is on the other. So you may have to manipulate the equation so that I have it equal to 0. On your homework, you have to manipulate the equations, and we'll do a couple on your homework in just a minute. My plan is to do 3 on the notes, maybe 4. 4 on the notes, and then flip over to your homework and do at least one more, so that you can see all this. Now the quadratic formula says this. Now it says you have to memorize this. For Unit 5, I'm going to have it on the board. I won't tell you what it is or how to use it, but the actual formula will be on the board. For Unit 6, you have to memorize it. The formula says x equals negative b. And really that just means the opposite of b. So b is already negative. This is now positive, right? We just change the sign. Plus or minus, and I'll tell you what that means in a second. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c all over 2a. Now there's a cute little Papa Louisa song that goes with this. I don't sing it because that's embarrassing. But if we have time, I'll see if I can find it on YouTube. Fantastic, thank you. Do you remember it? You want to sing it? And that's how you remember it. And it makes me happy, but I don't sing. Give me a second. Oh, that's where my life is crazy. Cute, right? My problem is my teacher in high school never sang it either, so I never learned it. And I would pretend like I knew it was, and then I wouldn't get the tune right at the very end. Okay. So, in order to do this monstrosity, I promise it's uglier than it looks. It looks ugly, yes? It looks ugly. I promise it's uglier than it actually is. No, it's better than it actually looks. I don't know. It's not as bad as it looks. That's what I mean. Oh yeah, it's ugly. Yeah. It's less of a carrot, right? It's got a nice personality. Right? Alright, you got like 30 seconds to figure out, like, not 30, that's a long time. Yeah, 10 seconds. Figure out why y'all are talking and then stop. thing that you have to do when you're solving this equation, and we're going to practice it using this one right here. I never use this bugger if I can factor. So if it's possible to play the game, two numbers that multiply to a -9 and add to 4, if I can find the two numbers that work, I will always factor it because then it's like a one-step process and I'm done. But if I can't factor it, I have to use this formula. So A, using this formula, would be 1, or this equation is 1. B is what? 4. And C is 6. Now, as I plug this into the quadratic formula, and I'm sorry if there's not a lot of room to write small, I kind of ignore the denominator at first. I like to have the entire numerator simplified, and then I start worrying about the denominator. It's page paper. For no other reason, it's page paper. Because you don't really worry about the denominator until the top is simplified anyway, so let's not even look at it. You just can't forget about it at all. So here's how I plug this in. So x equals negative b, which would be -4, plus or minus the square root of b squared. Now you can either write 4 squared or you can write 16, doesn't matter. 4 squared, b squared minus 4 times a times c. And then yes, we still have the all over 2a part, but I'm ignoring it for now. So you plug that booger in there. Then you worry about the inside. On your calculator, everybody should be trying this. If you have an easy dollar store calculator, it may not work for you. If you have an actual scientific calculator, it should. Try plugging that in. Let's all make sure we can get the same thing. Don't plug in the plus or minus. Just plug in what I highlighted. You don't plug in the square root either? Well, not the square root either. So just plug in highlighted. It's going to be -20 if you did -20 you forgot this thing. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, please look at me so I know you're listening. Marcus, right now, you are not plugging in the square root. You are only plugging in the numbers that are highlighted, not the actual radical. So you should get a whole number. It should be positive, but it's not a perfect square. What number did you get? 52. 52. Everybody get a 52. Okay, so let's rewrite this. This equals, I did it at least once in class period. Oh, they didn't know it. -4 plus or minus the square root of 52. Well, did we take time to pass to learn how to simplify a radical? That is the next step. So off on the side, let's do the tracing so that we can simplify the radical. What times what? So Marcus, when you got the point ugly that you just were talking about that I heard you saying to Paige, that means 52 is not a perfect square, right? So we're going to take that 52, it's 2 times 26, and 26 is 2 times 13, and 13 is a loner. So group of 2s, loner 13. Is that okay? How would I rewrite this? Simplifying this. So let's rewrite it. It's -4 plus or minus. That does not change. You with me? And then rewrite it. 2 square root 13. Is that okay? Yeah. Now the top is simplified. So now we have to worry about the bottom. Reduce the top. So it's all over 2a. What is a? A is 1, so can I just leave it as a 2? 2 times 1 is 2. We are almost done. The last thing you have to look for, and I understand that the very first time you see something, you always hate it. Maybe the second time you see it, you will maybe hate it a little bit. I don't know. Now you look for one more thing. If all 3 of those are divisible by the same number, you can reduce it. You can simplify the equation. You leave the 13 alone. You don't look at that at all. You only look at the numbers in front. So we could rewrite this as what? They're all divided by 2, right? So -2 plus or minus That means, now I could change this to an ugly decimal, but this basically means negative 2 plus the square root of 13. Could you get a decimal for that? Yes or no? Yes, do you want to? Yeah, me neither. Or this means negative 2 minus the square root of 13. Could you get a decimal for this? Yes. Do you want to? You're right, but a quadratic crosses twice. Right? So you're going to have two different numbers. So, actually, ladies and gentlemen, I'm struggling because every time I stop, you guys start. Let's actually, this one time, just to put it all together with its graph. What number is this? You plug that into your calculator, negative 2 plus the square root of 13. And then half of the other room, do this other one. I just want to point out what this means, because this is something really ugly. See, what's negative 2 plus the square root of 13? 1.6. And what's negative 2 minus the square root of 13? I'm just going to call it negative 5.612. That means, what are these two numbers right here? Those are the solutions, which means they are the what? Intercepts. So in this case, that graph didn't cross with a nice pretty number. It crossed somewhere in between. Does that make sense? Now, how do you leave your final answer? I want you to leave your final answer like this. Okay? Alright, let's do another one. Let's practice a few of these. Let's try part A. First of all, what is A, what is B, what is C? A is 1. B is 1. B is 1. B is negative 110. Okay? Now let's plug it into the quadratic formula. So, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c. When you're done with that on your own, will you please try to figure out what number is inside the radical? I want everybody to try it, because if somebody gets negative 20 and everybody else gets 52, I need to help the person about the negative 20 and find the mistake, right? If you don't try it right now, I can't help you see what you figure out. I
We have 8 minutes to master this. That is the answer. This is all we're learning today. Okay, the difference. Hey guys, you've got to stop talking to each other. The difference between the two problems is this problem, the square root one way because it's a perfect square, right? Answer the answer. Those are my answers. Okay. The other problem, the square root didn't go away, so I calculated the square root. We will see another example where the square root stays. Alright? Okay, let's try it in part B. What is A, what is B, what is C? A is 1, B is, and C is 18. On your own, very quickly, please fill out the quadratic formula. Negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4 times a times c. And then ignore the rest for now. Okay, negative b. So negative, we change colors. Negative 11 plus or minus the square root of 1 minus 4 times a times c. When you plug this inside of the radical or the inside part, what do you get? Somebody confirm who else got 49? 49, yes? So negative 11 plus or minus the square root of 49, which is 7. That means on this one, could we have factored it? Yeah. Questions to this point? Soon. Now we have to deal with the denominator, all over 2a. What is a? A is 1, so all over 2 times 1 is 2. Questions with that part? Do you have to write this one further? Yes, because there is no radical. I've got negative 1 plus 7 all over 2, or negative 11 minus 7 all over 2. Well, negative 11 plus 7 is a negative 4 over 2, which is what? Negative 2. Negative 11 minus 7 is negative 8 all over 2, which is negative 4. So just to recap really quick, if you can factor, I would, right? If you can factor, your choices are factoring or the quadratic formula. It doesn't matter, they will both give you the same answer. But what happens if you can't factor? Do you have a choice on what you do? No, you have to do this. Now we've done 3 problems so far. Yes. Negative 4 should be negative. Oh, negative 18, so this is negative 9. Is that clear? Or is it not clear? Okay, this is a negative 18, which is giving me negative 9. I'm sorry, thank you. Thank you. Now, we don't have time to do some thoughts. I'm sorry, you're correct. Everything we've done so far had a positive number inside of the radical, right? Positive 441, positive 49. What happens if the number inside the radical is negative? So if, I don't have to write this, if the number inside the radical is negative, that means your solutions are going to be imaginary, right? Which is why we took time a few weeks ago talking about imaginary solutions out of a radical. So let's do one of those. What would happen if your square root is negative? Let's look at part C. On part C, A is what? B is negative 4 and C is 10. Questions in that? Now let me give you a word of warning. Okay, negative B plus or minus the square root.
On your own, what number is that on the inside? 16 minus 40, right? Negative 24. Question for that. Because that's a negative 24, that means my solutions are imaginary. Now, if I show you what that looks like on a graph, solutions are imaginary if they don't cross the x-axis. So if the graph ever looks like this, that means there would be no real solutions. The solutions would be imaginary. So that's kind of what's going on here. Now we have to do the tree thing with 24. What times was it 24? 12 and 2, and then 2 and 6, and then 2 and 3, right? We have a 1 or 6 and a group of 2s. Is that okay? So when I rewrite this, it will be 4 plus or minus a group of 2s, 1 or 6, and then what happens to the negative? It's an I. So it would be 4 plus or minus 2i squared root 6. Now that's just the numerator, right? Now what you have to do? All over 2a, so all over is 2. One last step, you look to see if they have any common multiples. They are all divisible by 2, right? So we could rewrite this and say 2 plus or minus, divided by 2, I, square root, we divide this one by 2, 6. All over 1, that is your solution. You don't have to rewrite it, you don't have to simplify it, that is your solution. Now on your homework tonight, I don't know if you have any imaginary answers, which isn't really fair because you need to be able to practice it. Your homework tonight, and half of it is a review, half of it is a new stuff. You should be able to do everything except for probably 11 and 12. We are temporarily skipping 11 and 12. Really quick, let me tell you which one's new stuff and which one's review stuff. So on 5.3, 1 through 8 is new. That's what we just did. 9 to 10, that's a review. That's from day 1 and 2. So 9 and 10 is a review. 11 and 12 is new, but you don't know how to do it yet. You sort of do, you just don't know what to do. 13, 14, that's what we did yesterday, so that's a review. 15 is new, you should be able to do it. 16, 17 is a review, and 18 and 19 is a review. So I'm sorry to break this down, we didn't have any homework time. How do you feel? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Negative 6. If you put a 1, 2, 3 up, you probably should come back to me before Wednesday. Please come and ask questions. There's not time to pass. You have to come in before back to school.
All right, what am I going to do in my next class period? Let me think. The 22nd is the last day before break. I know.
Just make them clean your room or something. Isn't Asher in your next class? Make them clean your room.
Sorry, for some reason I transferred to my home life, and I'm like, like they are not cleaning my. What are you talking about? I don't know what I was thinking. Huh. Have a nice day. Peace out.